friends and family. This is SP News Nuggets, and I'm sorry to share with you on this beautiful day, Valentine's Day, this sad story. But our reporter, Di Rich is in the house, so she's sharing it with us. So there's another little girl that just passed away down in South Carolina, you guys, in Anderson, South Carolina. I'm going to share that clip with you guys, and then we're going to talk about it later. Here we go.
Pretty late at night, we had a 911 call come in about the child that appeared to be deceased, and deputies got on scene and, of course, confirmed that the child had passed away. And so our investigators arrived on scene and began their investigation. Clearly, there was some. Clearly, it was not a natural death, and actually has has been described as probably the worst case of a child abuse situation that most of our people have ever seen. So that's kind of where we are right now. It's a 2-year-old little girl, and so we have 4 people in custody right now, and we'll be speaking to a judge here pretty soon and pursuing the max charges possible.
I know you can't give names yet, but they're connected to that little girl.
Yep. So 2 of them right now are the parents, and the other 2 are not necessarily related, but involved with the family. So it's a very terrible, very just I can't. I have no words right now. It's very terrible. So we will see a judge here shortly and see about the charges. But obviously, it's something that this is one of those types of cases you do not want to see ever. And so that's kind of where we are right now. And of course, we'll have more information, I'm sure, by this afternoon to be able to release as far as the suspect information and what all the charges will be.
And you said
it is complete. Well, there's tragic circumstances that we deal with all the time. When it involves a child, it is something that weighs very heavy on us, and everybody that's involved, from the responding deputies to the investigators, and for all of us. And it's we're very passionate about children, and of course want to. In any case where a child's a victim, of course, we're going to pursue justice as much as we can. And of course, there's a lot of. It's hard to keep your emotions in check when you're dealing with these kind of circumstances. In this particular case, it is by far one of the worst ones we've seen.
Can you say it all?
It's going to be a factor at all. Honestly, I can't imagine that there's no reason at all. I mean, it really wouldn't. There's no justification why a child would be abused like this to the point of death. It's just. It's more than neglectful. It's evil. So and just it's despicable. I don't know. I can't really. It's hard to give you a good word that would match what this is. But we have our investigators are doing a really good job with it. And of course, working in concert with the coroner's office. I know the deputy coroner that responded last night. Also, it's been real intense for him as well. So this is just, every now and then you have a child-related death case like this. That's just tough, but this is probably one of the worst ones that our folks have dealt with in a while.
Yeah. When you go home, as an officer, not you personally.
Yes, that's tough because you certainly, after years of being in law enforcement, you get immune to certain things, and you developed, with soft skin and blisters come calluses, and so you can find yourself callous to certain situations sometimes. But cases like this is tough, especially when you have children at home, and you just see how brutal a situation is, and especially with a 2-year-old child. That honestly the only good thing out of this right now is that we know where she is, and she is definitely with her Lord and Savior, and that's the best possible place she could be right now. So that's probably about the only comforting fact in a case like this, is knowing where she is right now and that she is, not having to go through the abuse that she has suffered thus far.
Okay, family. I'm going to share with you what they're saying. This happened in Anderson, South Carolina. And they say they described the abuse of this little girl, this toddler. She's a toddler, you guys. She's only but 2 years old. And they're saying this is probably the worst case of child abuse that most of they have ever seen, and they work with these type of cases all the time. Now, when I wanted to share with you guys my feelings, and you tell me if you feel the same way. So when he's talking, he's saying it's not just abuse, but it's evil, and it's the things that we think that we don't want to think about when it comes to children in these type of situations. So that tells me, because you got to sometimes read between the lines. So that tells me that, just think in your mind, because I'm not going to say it, but what they did to this child, they did it to the max until it took her out. That's what he's saying. They continue to do it, and mama and daddy knew about it, or they had to help do it. That's why he said it's evil. That's why he's saying it's evil. I was gonna be done with today, but Di Rich is a reporter of ours, and she's a mod also. But she threw this out at me. They say they got 4 people in custody in connection with the death, including the parents. He says it's very terrible. I just have no words right now. It's very terrible, he says. This is one of those types of cases you don't want to ever see. He said the girl is now with the Lord and Savior and is no longer going through the abuse she had to suffer. It's hard to keep the emotions in check when you're dealing with this kind of circumstances. Go back over it, get the information. They said that they got the call. The 2-year-old girl was found dead about 11 p.m. last night. Authorities was called to the home on Centerville Road in Anderson County. The child's parents told investigators they found her in cardiac arrest. And McBride is the investigator. He said that the girl had been abused. He says there's no reason at all. There's no justification as to why a child to be abused like this to the point of death. It's just is more than neglectful. It's evil. That's what he's saying. I want to talk about this case too, live at 5 Central Time p.m. tonight. They don't have no pictures. If you guys find pictures, send them to me. I really don't need a picture to talk about this case. Sometimes it's just best that, sometimes I know people want to put a face to it, but just listen to what he's saying in this interview right here, that it was just evil. And I feel it too. So I know today is Valentine's Day, but sometimes we got to think about other people other than ourselves. Or what did we get? We get some candy. This little girl is no longer here, you guys. And it saddened me. I'll see you guys tonight, live at 5 Central Time p.m. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.